like I do think that MK Ultra split into a whole bunch of different subsections, and so it's not called MK Ultra. I think that they perfected it. They closed down the program, and since then we've been living in that reality. But as far as okay, so what they were doing is they would find state leaders, senators, people like that, and they would hire prostitutes to sleep with these people, and they would also give them LSD, which made them like more inclined to give away information. So they would have them sleep with prostitutes, they would have them sleep with men, and often they would have them sleep with children, because like your career can be ruined if people find out that you're cheating on your wife with another woman. Back in the day, I mean, less so now, but maybe I think there are definitely some politicians that are still being blackmailed this way, but a homosexual affair would definitely ruin your career. And then even today, the pedophile thing is the one thing that everybody still agrees to. We as a society have become so desensitized to everything on a regular basis. Our politicians, our bureaucrats, our leaders, they are admitting to crimes against humanity. Like fucking Anthony Fauci, what the fuck is he all about, you know? But
So what do you think it was created in the lab?
oh yeah, absolutely. And I think that Anthony Fauci funded it using like backdoor funding and everything. That like surprisingly, even Obama was like, "Hey guys, we don't need to do gain of function research." And Anthony Fauci was so evil that he was more evil than Obama. I guess this is more anyway. So I'm like, back to the whole like honeypot thing.
Yeah.
What they would do is they'd get in the room, they would film these people, and they would spill state secrets. They would be in compromising situations, be doing drugs, things of that nature. Okay, well, now they have material on them. So now this congressperson is going and they're about to vote on something, and they're like, if you vote on that, then we're going to release all of this information. This is a classic intelligence move. It's been happening since like the beginning of time, probably. Get compromising information on powerful people so that you can control them, so that you therefore have the power. And I fully believe that that's what was happening with Epstein. And I believe that the cover up goes all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, there was proof that he was involved inside of various intelligence agencies.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're describing also is the same thing that Edward Snowden was describing whenever he talked about the mass surveillance using what program was that? Not Stargate. What was that's a whole different thing. Was it X-Score?
I'm not sure the Snowden program. I'm not as up to date on Snowden as I should be, but yeah, that's what it is. It's a way to control people. And so generally speaking, society, public, they have the tendency, they want to trust the government. I don't get it, but like they want to trust the government, they want to trust people in power. It'd be like, oh yeah, Bill Gates isn't doing anything evil. Like literally, dude wants to block out the sun, and you guys don't think he's doing anything evil, but okay, whatever. When it like you start looking at who he was connected to, you know, Epstein was connected to Donald Trump. He was connected to Bill Clinton. He was connected to Prince Andrew. He was connected to like actors and actresses, Kevin Spacey, Chris Tucker. Like all of these people have direct connections. Bill Gates and Jeffrey Epstein were working on legacy programs together, basically getting their genetics into as many humans as possible so that their lineage could spread, because that's what the world really needs, is a bunch of million Jeffrey Epsteins running around, right? But I think that Jeffrey Epstein, I think that he was a fall guy, because if you kind of look at his background and everything, he didn't really come from anything big. He was a teacher, I believe. And then there was this billionaire named Les Wexner. And that guy funded, he said that Jeffrey Epstein gave him some tax advice.
And what company did he work for?
That would be a question for your Jamie crew over there if they wouldn't mind to look that up. I don't personally know off the top of my head.
What's his name? Les
Wexner. Yeah, I always get the X and the S. But so this guy had like a
get that pulled up. We might be able to.
multi-billion-dollar company, gives Jeffrey Epstein like $2 to $3 billion for tax purposes. Like apparently Epstein gave him tax advice.
Yeah.
And people have looked into it, and the tax advice is all like public domain tax advice. It wasn't anything specific or extraordinary.
Yeah, so it's all public. You can get the knowledge anywhere.
Yeah. And so this guy,
I think I read about this as well, and then they marked off the rest of as like tips or something like that. Like,
and like Jeffrey Epstein was just given this, and then he was on top of that, he was also given what I've heard described as the biggest property inside of Manhattan, you know, where a bunch of rich people live. He had the biggest property there and everything. Which I think that property was never searched by the FBI. Like they searched the island, and then there was a few other properties that they searched, but they specifically never searched that property. So like the cover up goes all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very curious about this recent.
So who do you think is do you think that there is a singular person at the top of this, what would you call it, dark organization or background organization that would be at play behind the scenes that would be the ones who, because you said that you believe that he's just the fall guy, who would be the head person of this underground organization? And if it's not one person, what organization or entity do you think is doing all of that manipulation behind the scenes?
If we're going to put one entity,
or do you think it's many? Is it a network?
Well, like it is definitely a network. That's where I will start. But if we're going to put one entity on it, it's what I think most people would refer to as Satan or Lucifer or the devil.
So you think it's a spiritual battle going on in the background?
100% there's a spiritual battle going on in the background. And I don't think that the Christians have the idea of Satan or Lucifer right. And so I'm not relying upon
What's your idea of Satan or Lucifer?
It's more of a metaphor. And the metaphor is one that you can see. You can see it in people like Epstein. You can see it in the people he's connected to, Bill Clinton, all these other people. Why do these people go around saying "Hail Satan"? Why do they go around like making satanic gestures and everything? Like it's all because they're a part of a cult. It's the Freemason symbology and everything. As above, so below. Why do these people keep using the same symbols and everything? It's because they're part of organizations, and these organizations go back thousands of years to the beginning of time. And these are what some people would refer to as maybe like the royal bloodlines. People say it's like 13 families or something like that, but like it is a group of families that are heavily connected, that have spread out like an octopus throughout all of society, and they're now in all of the positions of power and everything. And like if you go back through time, and you start looking at like the incest that happens in royal families and everything, this is all part of the interbreeding, because the 13 families believe that all of the families, like they must be pure and everything like that. Like if you start looking at Sigmund Freud and who he's connected to and who all they married and everything, it's all really weird. And it's like throughout history, you find these significant people who pop up, and then it's like, oh, well, when you start looking at their bloodlines and everything,